Okay, this is not the topic of the show, but it's on my heart, so I gotta get it out. There is no excuse for not doing your creative work. Right now it's 38 degrees. I can see flurries coming down from the sky. I didn't get to film yesterday in my cozy, warm office, so I'm doing it for you because it has to be done, period. Okay, now let's get into the thing. Okay, there's been something on my mind since last week, and it's a really simple thing, and it's this. Specialization is for squares. Now, that might sound a little confusing because last week I said something like, but in reality, what you need to do is start thinking more about what you can do with the art that you already have. But you're an artist, right? And the artist gets bored easily, and that means you need to play around with different things and do different work to get engaged in what you do best. I'm not saying you can't have a concentration, but this idea that writers only write or painters only paint is just kind of foreign to the artist's mindset. And I realized this when I was working with a coworker, actually right back in there, and we were taking apart some video and I was analyzing things and telling her my process. And then we moved to an audio clip and I realized the process is exactly the same. So whether I'm cutting a video, whether I'm doing animation, or whether I'm cutting audio for an intro, the process is the same. I'm an artist, you're an artist. You know what we do? We go in with nothing, we come back with something. That's it. That's the whole creative process, no matter what you're doing. So feel free to play around because it gets you more experience at doing what an artist does. Going in with nothing, coming back with something. And I know so many of you do all of these different things and you might feel a little bit of guilt in that, right? But I want to encourage you. Play, have fun, do whatever it takes to keep your creative brain engaged, because when you can go in with nothing and come back with something every time, then you're indispensable. This week's question of the week is a little bit different because it's my question. A while ago, I wrote an email that was basically a confession that said I was burned out. I had worked myself to the core and I was becoming addicted to that work. And essentially the question I was asking my email list or anyone who would listen was, how do I prioritize different things that are important in my life? And an answer came back in an email from Alice. And she said, there are essentially three things, right? These three things matter. Take care of yourself so you can take care of your family. Enjoy life, and then it's the quality of work. And I learned that Alice, I could not share this because it's so profound, and I know that I don't always have the answers, which is why I like to share other people. Alice is 80 years old, and she just started writing. And so I see Alice, this is someone who's been through it, and that's what she's telling me. That's what she's telling me is important. Take care of yourself so you can take care of your family, enjoyment, and then, and only then, it's the quality of work and that kind of thing. And so Alice, I have to say thank you. I hope that you email me again so that I can learn more from your wisdom. And I'm gonna share this message to everyone, right? It's take care of yourself, enjoy life, and then it's the quality of work. This week's Artist Spotlight goes on Steven Pressfield. And if you're in the creative field and especially writing, I know you've heard of this guy. He's done everything from Hollywood to advertising to fiction to nonfiction. And probably the work you've heard of his is The War of Art, which is a huge book in the creative space. But the one I've read most recently that's blowing my mind is called Nobody Wants to Read Your Stuff. And that's not the real title, but y'all know I don't cuss, so I'm obviously not gonna say that. But that's where I got this idea of the artist profession. What the artist does is go in with nothing and come back with something. And so I have to recommend this book to you. I'll put the link down below, of course, so check it out if you haven't read it yet, and read all of his other work. I mean, everything he does is a clinic to the creative process, and you can learn so much from that. That does it for episode 59. Thank you guys so much for watching. Before you go, ask the audience, what different hats do you wear in your creative life? I'm looking for the kind of work you do, right? So all the different things you do, make sure to put that in the comments down below, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. Once again, I'm Todd B from Tennessee. Don't forget to thumbs up and share the love if you like this show, and I will talk with you next week.